So, what if I told you there's an ancient map for inner work, a guide for personal transformation that's more relevant today than ever? We're about to dive into the deep well of Hermetic wisdom. And this isn't some dusty history lesson, okay? This is a practical blueprint for navigating the world we live in right now.
And it all kicks off with this single, powerful idea. According to Hermetic thought, the core problem of our existence isn't that we're flawed or sinful. No, it's simpler and way more profound than that. It's that we've forgotten. We've forgotten our own divine origin, forgotten that our souls are literally as ancient as the cosmos itself.
So, you see, this isn't about just sitting back and learning some new facts. This is an active invitation. It's a journey of remembrance. We've got the map right here. The only real question is, are you ready to take that first step? You know, we live in a world that's all about the quick fix, right? We're constantly bombarded with distractions, and most people are just looking for some immediate relief. But the Hermeticist, the person on this path, isn't looking for relief. They're looking for the key that unlocks the door back to that forgotten origin. And this right here is absolutely crucial. That key, you're not going to find it in a book or with a guru or in some far-off land. It's found within. The great work, as they call it, is a journey deep into the core of your own being. So let's see what the first gate on that path looks like. The very first practice, the absolute foundation of this whole thing, is what the ancients called the technology of silence. Now think about it. In a world that is fundamentally, inescapably noisy, this might be the most radical practice of all. Okay, so let's break this down. We usually think of noise as something out there, the traffic, the notifications, the TV, but what Hermetism tells us is that the real noise, the one that really matters, is the constant chatter inside our own heads. And silence? It's not an emptiness, it's a state of pure presence, a fertile field where real insight can finally grow. And believe me, this isn't just some pretty poetic line. The ancient texts treat this as a direct, no-nonsense instruction. If you want to hear that deeper voice of intuition, call it gnosis, the voice of God, whatever you want, you first have to let go of your own endless internal monologue. Our words have to stop before the divine word can be heard. And here's where things get really wild. This ancient idea, it's actually backed up by modern science. A study out of the University of Helsinki found that just 2 minutes of total silence can light up key zones in your brain, the ones for emotion and sensory integration, even more intensely than music does. Silence literally reorganizes your brain.
So how do we actually do this? How do we bring this into our crazy, busy lives? Well, it starts small. Deliberate acts. Waking up a little earlier just to listen. Taking a walk without headphones. The goal over time is to transform silence from something you do into something you are. To become a still center in the middle of life's whirlwind. All right, so once we've prepared the ground with silence, we move on to the next stage, the vessel. In this way of thinking, the body isn't an obstacle, and it's definitely not a prison for the soul. It's a sacred temple. It's a living, breathing laboratory for transformation. Now, this next idea is probably the most famous line in all of Hermeticism, as above, so below. What it means is that the cosmos and your body are mirrors of each other. The same laws that govern the stars also govern your cells. Your body is the sacred below, a perfect little microcosm reflecting the whole universe. And this is such a powerful way to think about it. We're not talking about some kind of generic pop astrology here. This is a deep, profound vision of the body as an incarnation of cosmic forces. Your heart isn't just a pump, it's your inner sun. Your liver embodies the fiery assertive energy of Mars. Your entire being is a map of the heavens. So, what does it mean to actually live like this? It's all about shifting your inner attitude, reconsecrating your own body from the inside out. It's not about complicated external rituals. It's about how you approach every single act. You eat as if you're feeding a god, you breathe as if you're invoking a spirit. Every move, even rest itself, becomes a sacred offering. And the number one tool for this job? It's your breath. It's the most direct, powerful bridge we have between the physical world and the world of spirit. In Hermetism, conscious, deliberate breathing prepares the temple, prepares the vessel to contain the alchemical fire of transformation. Without a purified vessel, the work just isn't possible. Okay, so we've got the silence, we've got the temple, now we need the altar. And in this system, the mind is the altar. It's the sacred space where the flame of spirit is either focused and consecrated, or it's scattered and desecrating. This idea, wow, It puts an incredible amount of responsibility right on our shoulders. Think about it. If the universe itself is fundamentally mental, then your experience of reality is basically a direct mirror of the state of your own mind. Reality reflects you. So the question becomes, how clean is your mirror?
And let's be honest, for most of us, most of the time, that mirror it's pretty cloudy, isn't it? The ancient texts use this amazing imagery. The untrained mind is like a house where a bunch of uninvited guests, stray thoughts, old beliefs, random desires have just taken over, and the owner has totally forgotten they're even in charge.
So the whole point of the Hermetic path is to reclaim that sovereignty over your own inner world. It's about taking that cloudy mirror and wiping it clean. It's about transforming your mind from a passive reactor into a sharp, precise sword that can cut right through illusion.
But here's a crucial point. This isn't about just thinking happy thoughts or pretending negativity doesn't exist. Not at all. As Carl Jung, who was deeply influenced by this tradition, reminds us, the real work involves looking at our own shadow. The gold is found not by ignoring the mud, but by consciously digging into it. And this brings us to the final piece of the puzzle, the most active principle of all. We have the silence, we have the temple, we have the altar. Now we need the fire. And in Hermetism, this fire is called true will, the divine spark that directs the entire work and brings spirit down into matter.
Now hold on, because this next line is one of the most famous and, frankly, most misunderstood phrases in all of Western spirituality. It's so often mistaken as just a free pass for hedonism or selfishness, but its real Hermetic meaning, that goes so much deeper.
See the will being talked about here? It has nothing to do with just doing whatever you feel like in the moment. It's not about ego or simple desire. This is true will. It's your soul's unique core purpose. It's not something you choose, it's a calling you discover. It's the very reason you're here. And this right here, might be the ultimate takeaway of the entire Hermetic path. The goal is not to deny the world, not to escape from your life. The goal is to consecrate it, to redeem it, to transfigure your everyday, ordinary life into the great work itself.
The person on this path walks through the world with a quiet simplicity, but their steps have power. They understand that their will, when it's aligned with the whole, actually organizes reality around them. So the work isn't something you start tomorrow. It's already begun. It's happening right now. The only question left is, what are you going to create with it?